Hey everyone, we covered how ChatGPT thinks, we covered how it learned, but here's the question we all should be curious about. How do you actually build something real with it? And the moment you try, you hit a wall. Because ChatGPT on its own can't read your files. It can't search the web, it can't connect to your database. And every new session, it remembers nothing. That's true. It's powerful, but it's completely cut off from the real world. Think of it this way. ChatGPT is a brain, a brilliant brain, but a brain with no hands, no eyes, no memory. So how do developers fix that? That's what this video is about. And honestly, I had a lot of questions about that. And questions I think you have too. So let's go through them one by one. The tool that comes up every time you ask such questions while building an AI application is LangChain. But what even it is? First thing, LangChain is not a model, it's not an AI. It's a framework, a layer that sits between your applications and LLM. Think of it is this way. Think of it's an infrastructure for where the brain is missing. It provides the hands, the eyes, the memory layers that the raw model doesn't have. The developer noticed that every team trying to build with LLMs was solving the same problem from scratch every single time. So in October 2022, Harrison Chase built a tool to solve them once. So he posted it on GitHub as a side project. 6 weeks later, OpenAI launched ChatGPT. And suddenly, millions of developers needed exactly what he had just built. It becomes the fastest growing Python library in GitHub history. Faster than TensorFlow, faster than PyTorch, and many more models. But here's where it gets interesting. To understand why LangChain blew up, please make sure you understand what building with the raw LLM actually left like. 3 problems showed up every single time. First, prompt chaos, model limitations, and finally the memory issue. So first, the prompt chaos. Every API call needed a manually built prompt. Different user, different input, different context. You were doing messy string manipulation just to pass variable into a sentence. So it was like, it worked Monday, broke Wednesday, and nobody knew why. And then the second issue is model is blind. The LLM was trained on public data up to a certain point then it stopped. Your company internal documents, never seen them. And the private database, no idea it exists. One of the most powerful model ever built, completely blind to the stuff that actually matters in your app. So the last issue was the most important one, and that the breaks most projects is no memory. Every single API call starts fresh. To have a real conversation, developer had to manually collect every message, every response, and the entire history, and pass it all back with every new call. Imagine reintroducing yourself every time you continued a conversation. That's what was happening. 3 problems, every team solving all 3 from scratch every single time. LangChain solved them once and gave everyone the solutions. Now, here's the questions you might have encountered. If the problems are real, doesn't ChatGPT already solve them? It has memory now, it has projects, it has connector. So does the problem even exist anymore? The very basic. Many got confused here. There are 2 completely different things here. ChatGPT or model as a product versus ChatGPT or model as an API. ChatGPT, the product, what you use at chatgpt.openai.com regularly, yes, it has everything. Memory, projects, connector, all there, and even more features they are building. But ChatGPT, the API, what developers like us used to build our own applications, that's a different story. There where we need that LangChain helps to build whatever way we want to build our own AI applications, even a bot like ChatGPT with all the features available in top of their model API. But the moment you try to build your own app using their API, you start from zero. No memory, no connector, no glue. You build all of that yourself. And that's the developer's problem. Do remember, the product is for users, the API is for builders, and the LangChain is definitely for builders. So, which brings up the next question. Do developers have to use LangChain? Short answer, no, not always. For a simple application, just call the API directly. LangChain adds a layer of complexity, and for simple things, that complexity costs more than it saves. But for complex applications, where multiple data sources, persistent memory, automated multi-step pipelines, multi-step AI agents working together. That's where LangChain earns its place. Additionally, it's not the only framework either. There are real alternatives like Lemma Index, QAI, AutoGen. Go use Lemma Index if your main problem connecting the model to documents and data. Go for QAI if you want multiple AI agents working together as a team. Pick AutoGen, Microsoft's versions built for conversational agent and research workflow. Different tools, same underlying ideas. A connector layer between the model and the real world. The concept is the same. The tool is just a choice. So, what does this actually look like in practice? Let's see. LangChain is popular because there are real companies, real use cases. LinkedIn, Uber, JP Morgan, BlackRock, all using LangChain in production. But let me make it concrete with one example that makes everything click. Imagine a company with hundreds of internal documents, HR policies, engineering guidelines, legal docs, and employees ask, "What's our parental leave policy?" Send that to Royal LLM, it has no idea, because those docs are private, never in training data. It either makes something up or said it doesn't know. Neither is okay for a real product, right? So now imagine you build this with LangChain. With simple 3 steps, very important, focus here. Step 1, indexing. LangChain loads all your documents, breaks them into chunks, stores them into searchable database. So think of it as a building memory of everything your company has ever written. Simply loads all, breaks into chunks, store in DB, that's indexing. Let's move to the step 2, retrieval. An employee asks the question, LangChain searches the database, finds the exact relevant chunks, not the whole documents, just what matters. So that's all about searching on any vector DB. Finally, step 3, augmented generation. That's the final response or output based on the prompt that LLM received. So what we sent to the LLM, we got a specific, accurate, grounded answer. This pattern has a name, which is called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. One of the most used pattern in real AI application today. And it's another topic alone. I may cover it soon here. Comment if you need it. Okay, so when we integrate LangChain, the model didn't get smarter. LangChain gave it the right information at the right time in the right format. And the brain finally has the eyes. That's the real magic. Let's bring it back. ChatGPT is a brain, brilliant but isolated. LangChain is the connector layer between your applications and the LLM. That changes that. Is LangChain perfect? No, not always. Some developers find it too complex. As answer, simply a framework exists. But that's not the thing. Framework tools, that should not be your main concern. Concepts should. So just remember what matters. The chain, the retrieval, the memory. These are the foundation of almost every application being built today. The tools will keep changing. But the concepts, a layer that connects the model to the real world, that's not going anywhere. So next time you look at any application, ask yourself, where's the glue there? What's connecting the model to the real world? The question will make sense of everything you see. We started this series asking what happens inside ChatGPT when you type a message, then how it learned, how you know, how developers take the model and build something real with it. If this gives you something you didn't have before, share it with one developer who's been asking the same questions. That's exactly who this was made for. I'm Rajon signing off today. See you in the next video. Bye.